Manchester United have just been beaten 4-3 in the Europa League by Tottenham. What a weird game. That was quite entertaining, let's be honest. I know we've just lost a game of football, which none of us want to see, but from an entertainment perspective, it was a bizarre game of football, wasn't it? I mean, Fraser Forster made two of the weirdest mistakes I've ever seen. Altay Bayindir, absolutely awful. Martinez, absolutely awful. But, for 10 or 15 minutes in that second half, I actually thought we've really got something here. Amad Diallo came on. Obviously, we showed that hunger. We showed that desire. We nearly got back into the game. And, you can't come away from that and be disappointed, really. I mean, obviously, we've lost, which is disappointing. But overall, I don't think we played badly. I don't think Tottenham deserved to win. I think we could have easily won that game. I think, if we hadn't have made the mistakes we did, then, I guess you could say Tottenham made some bad mistakes as well. But if you look at the stats and stuff, right, from that game, we had 54% possession. So we had more percent of possession than they did. We had 4 big chances, which we missed. We had 20 shots. Tottenham only had 9. We had, do you see what I mean? We had double the amount of shots, more possession, 4 big chances that we didn't score. So, I mean, it's, it is one of those ones, isn't it? This happens in football. This is why people enjoy football, because it's entertaining. And today was an entertaining game of football. Yes, we lost. Yes, it's disappointing. But we can see a massive improvement versus how we were playing under Erik ten Hag. Even people who are like, oh, we lost, I don't like losing. We're playing better football than we were under Ten Hag, and Ruben Amorim's only been here for a month. So that's a positive. We have to take that as a positive, don't we? That, the football is improving. We are getting better. We've got a very, very long way to go. And do remember as well, right, the team that we put out to begin with, the starting 11, you've got a backup goalkeeper, backup centre-back in Lindelof, who's not played in ages. You've got Eriksen, who's not played a minute for Ruben Amorim yet. You've got Anthony, who's backup. Half of the team that started for us this evening were backups, realistically, right? Whereas if you look at Tottenham's team, they had Solanke, Maddison, Kulusevski, Son, Bissouma. They had all of their kind of first-team players in the midfield and the attack. And I'm not making excuses. The point I'm making here is that for us to go away against Tottenham, a team who haven't won a trophy in, 20 years, who are desperate to win anything, to go there, to get more possession, double the amounts of shots, and in my opinion, play well, is an improvement. And I know some people will be like, oh, our standards have dropped so low that we're celebrating going to Tottenham and having more possession and more shots. But it's baby steps at the moment. We have to take it in baby steps. And that's how I'm looking at it. I thought Amad Diallo, when he came off, I thought he did really, really well. I thought Manuel Ugarte was really good again. I don't know what's wrong with Lisandro Martinez. I thought he was absolutely appalling tonight. Terrible. Altay Bayindir had an absolute stinker. I can't see him being kept at Manchester United. He'll most likely leave, won't he? With some reports suggesting he might end up going back to Turkey. But I think the goalkeeper situation at Manchester United is a massive problem. Obviously, Altay Bayindir was awful today. Onana's been pretty awful the last 2 or 3 games. So we don't really have a world-class goalkeeper. I mean, Onana's not world-class for me, and Altay Bayindir is definitely not world-class. And I think the goalkeeper position is so important at Manchester United. We did so well under Sir Alex, in the glory days, if you want to call it, with a quality world-class goalkeeper, whether it was Schmeichel, whether it was Van der Sar, that was what our team was built on. And at the moment, we've got Onana, who's not good enough, and Altay Bayindir, who's definitely not good enough. And I think, when you look at the defence this evening, I thought Lenny Yoro was okay. I don't think he made any problems. I thought Lindelof was awful, and I think Martinez was awful. So those 3 players, Bayindir, Lindelof, and Martinez were all awful. Eriksen, I don't think really offered that much. Ugarte, I thought was decent. Dalot was okay. Mazraoui was okay. I don't think it was his best game tonight, to be honest, but he was still okay. Bruno, quite quiet. I don't think he really offered much. He made quite a few wayward passes, as he always does. Anthony, terrible. Højlund, I thought had some good hold-up play, but didn't, again, offer too much. It was the substitutions who made the difference for Manchester United. The players who came on with that hunger, the Amad Diallos, the Xerxes, the Garnachos. But, I've come away from that game this evening, and yes, we've lost. Yes, we're out of the League Cup, but it's not the end of the world, to be honest. It's not the end of the world. Do we really care that much about the League Cup? I mean, for me personally, my goal for the season has always been to win the Europa League. I think that would be progress. We won the League Cup 2 seasons ago. Then we won the FA Cup. this season, let's try and win the league. Let's try and win the Europa League. That would be progress, you know? You go from the League Cup to the FA Cup to the Europa League. I'd be happy with that. But yeah, I think Tottenham, as I said, are absolutely desperate for this trophy. Desperate. Absolutely desperate. And I think, you know what? I don't want to say let them have it, because I don't think they were any better than us. I think we probably deserve to win. So, yeah, I mean, overall, we can take some positives from it. Am I happy? I wouldn't say I'm happy, but I think it was an entertaining game of football. 7 goals, end-to-end at points, lots of excitement. But yeah, we definitely need to get rid of these mistakes, because we're never going to be a top 4 team or even a title challenging team when we make this many mistakes. When you look at some of the goals we conceded, they were pretty comical, weren't they? That corner from Son that went straight into the goal. There was the other one where Altay Bayindir misjudges the pass and then they score. Like, some of the goals we conceded today were embarrassing, realistically. But then at the same time, so were some of Tottenham's goals. Like, they were embarrassing as well. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously never good to see Manchester United lose. Obviously, I would much rather have them won today. But am I that bothered? Not really, to be honest. I think, if we now just put all our focus on the Europa League, will we win it? Maybe not. But at the same time, I don't think winning the League Cup would have made that much difference this season. You know, no one's going to be like, oh, we're moving in the right direction because we won the League Cup. Realistically, are we? We had this 2 years ago where Erik ten Hag won the League Cup, and we thought that was the beginning of something special, and fast forward 18 months and he's been sacked. So I don't think we're going to fall for that whole trap again where, you know, if we win the League Cup this season, we're suddenly going to say that, oh, we'll win the title next season, you know, because we did that under Ten Hag. Most of us thought after winning that League Cup that we were going to build on it. Yes, we won the FA Cup, but Erik ten Hag obviously got sacked pretty much directly after that, didn't he? So, yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a weird feeling, isn't it? Because I feel like I've been entertained. I feel like it was a good game of football in some ways. But at the same time, you know, we're never going to get... we're never going to get where we need to be if we make these types of mistakes. I can see a lot of people in the chat talking about the potential foul on Altay Bayindir. It's difficult, isn't it? Because I know with goalkeepers, like, the rules are quite different, aren't they, to a normal player? Like, if a goalkeeper feels anything at all, like a touch, a push, a tug, whatever you want to call it, then they usually get a free kick. So he probably would have got a free kick if there was VAR, probably. But still, that's not really an excuse. It was weak, that goal that they conceded, that Heung-min Son scored. Very weak. So... I'm not going to give him any sympathy. But I'm going to leave it here, guys. I'll be back live tomorrow. I just thought I'd bring you a little quick one to bring you the match reaction. Make sure to get in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. This has been Daily Red Devil. Have a good rest of your evening, everybody. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye for now.